Our entire world is completely reeling out of control. Tonight, we pay our respects to this room. Sunday, we tear it down.
It totally feels surreal. You know, this place where we spent so much time in will never be the same. Like, it's over, it's done. In 2010, we were number 50, and from then on, our goal was to become the best restaurant in the world. Now we have achieved that. What's next? We won't be number one forever. For me, an empty plate is such a beautiful thing. Like an empty piece of paper or a white canvas. Anything is possible. There is thousands of people cooking. They all have an empty plate. And that's the beginning for your creation. And it's up to you where you're going to take it. Everyone who cooks has that same starting point. It's inspiring to look at an empty space because I think an empty space is more beautiful than a space with the wrong things on it. So you got to be very careful what you start to put on to that empty space. And maybe I've spent 22 years thinking about what to add onto that empty plate, other technique, more ingredients, more garnish, another sauce, a crispy element. And only in the last 3 years or so, I've really started to really take away. And the taking away part has been the most difficult in my career. I think we're slowly succeeding, but it's definitely the most difficult cooking that we have done. Because the thing is, when you want to express yourself with very little ingredients, that's hard. And as I have grown as a chef, our food has become much more minimal.
I think it's so important that we have opportunities to improvise. We talk about Miles Davis here all the time. You play the song, but then you get to take your solo. And that's where no two shows are ever the same. It makes coming to work more fun for us, and I think it makes the experience more special for the guest. When Daniel and I first started here, we had this ambition to be one of the great restaurants in the world. And there was a period of time where we thought we could never achieve our dreams in a room so big and expansive as this one. And then we had a moment of realization where we came to terms with the fact that we are in New York, and we want to be a New York restaurant. The grandeur, the energy, the theatricality of this room, it's actually exactly what we need. This is my office.
The decor and the graphics, I think, are what pulled me in, and there's a lot of history. It's the Art Deco, you have the chevron patterns everywhere. So to me, it's a very special place in New York.
So for each service, we have about 20 cooks in the kitchen, and then we have about 10 porters at a time. And for a double service, we have about 60 people inside the kitchen. It's quite a big production.
I'm prepping the rhubarb garnish for the Summer of Yes. It's one of our signature cocktails here. It's a cocktail with Saint Germain, some jalapeno, pickled rhubarb, a little bit of agave, and a beer that's made especially for us.
The restaurant is 11 years old, and so we're kind of featuring the 11 most important dishes of the past 11 years. And that's the meal tonight. Some of them were really important to us creatively. They were like a breakthrough moment. Like one of the dishes is the one I served to get me the job here. One of the dishes is a childhood memory ritual that I had with my mom. It's very emotional to go back through these dishes, and when you taste that food again, it brings you back to that moment.
When it comes to hospitality, a lot of people say, like, you're either born with it or you're raised with it, but you can't teach it. And I could not disagree with that more. We have on our team a position called the Dreamweaver. And it started because we wanted someone in the restaurant every night to bring ideas to life. Maybe we overheard a guest say that they never had a New York City street hot dog. So we'd run out and get one and kind of cut it up and make it look fancy and serve it to them. When people know that you're listening and they have these experiences that they know no one else is having, it's a really beautiful thing.
In 2010, we were number 50 in the world, and from then on, our goal was to become the best restaurant in the world. Now we have achieved that. I mean, it's unthinkable. I never thought that we would be in this position. It's an unbelievable feeling, and it motivates the teams so much. But at the same time, yeah, what's next? What is this new carrot? We won't be number one forever. We are going to renovate 11 Madison Park. We'll close for 4 months. We can really truly make it our own home now. We can build it the way we exactly want it because we've lived in it for so long.
What's different about tonight is it's the last time any of us are going to be in this space together and doing dinner service. And because of that, we're closing for renovation. Tonight, it's a little bit reunion, a little bit celebration, a little bit nostalgia, and it's just going to be electric. It's the biggest rock concert we could ever be a part of.
Okay, good evening, guys. Good evening. Tonight is a special night. This is officially our last night of service. We're pressing reset, and we're starting all over again. After 11 years, us being here, and 19 years, this restaurant being here.
But these past 11 years, that was a big chapter. For many of us here, for me, that was the biggest chapter in my life. I don't think there's a space, a place that I have spent more hours in than this place right here. After today, this place is gonna change forever.
Our entire world is completely reeling out of control. Tonight, we pay our respects to this room. Sunday, we tear it down. I do feel honored by the army of human beings it's taken to get us from where we were to where we are. But there is no group I'd rather be standing here with right now, today. Fired up. Sell duck. Have a good service.
It totally feels surreal. You know, this place where we spent so much time in will never be the same. Like it's over. Like the last service is done. The way we knew it, it's done. But the last few nights, the energy in the dining room was unbelievable. They love the restaurant, and you can feel that. Most people say, "Why do you change?" And then sometimes I'm like, yeah, why do we change? But we have to change. As soon someone would say, I think it feels a little bit tired, then it's too late. And we don't want to miss that moment. And so we're excited for this change. And we really believe that the time is now. You know, it's funny, like in my whole career, I really thought about mostly how to add things, how to add courses, how to add ingredients, how to add techniques. And I think only in the last 2 years, I've started really to take away. And I'm realizing that taking away is much more difficult than adding things. That type of cooking I could have never done when I was younger because I guess maybe I wasn't confident enough.
All the feels. Walking through the dining room downstairs, it's crazy. I've never seen it like that before with all the artwork down. It's just weird. It looks naked, and so it's kind of bittersweet, but exciting, especially, I don't know, knowing that the crew's going to come in here and start wrecking things and rebuilding pretty soon, so.
I mean, today's crazy. Today, so far, this will never happen again because our next lease doesn't run out for 20 more years, and I'm probably not going to be as much into spray painting the walls when I'm in my late 50s.
All I'm thinking about right now is about how I want to spray paint the rest of the walls in this building at the moment. But I know it's not good. I need to get that out of my head because I feel like I could get in a lot of trouble.
Wow. That's really impressive.
I didn't either.
When I started here, I inherited the kitchen. So for the first time, I can really design the kitchen exactly the way I want it. I know exactly where I want my pots to be, where I want my knives to be, what station should be where. But of course, there's a little fear as well. This place has a special soul, and this soul has to be really protected. And in a way, we want the room to feel like even more like the room what it originally was.
As we've been packing up, we've found all these memories. It's fun to relive everything, and I think it gets us even more excited about what's to come.
It was an idea that someone had, I think it was Will or Chef or someone, where, you know, we had to go through this renovation. We want to keep our staff, like, let's find a way to keep everyone employed. And what does everyone in New York do in the summer? They go to the Hamptons, so it's perfect.
When I think about summer, I think there's always those movies. They were like the great late 80s, early 90s movies, and so many of them started with like the bell ringing and it was the last day of school and everyone running down the steps.
And for us, as restaurant people, we're working to create an amazing restaurant in the Hamptons, but also to really bond with our team. So by the time we come back this fall, our team will be tighter than it has ever been.
We've never all lived together. And I think that brings out a lot of the dysfunction that actually makes family family. And so just to get to live together, to work together, to play together, to celebrate together. And maybe this is just maybe more grown-up summer that hopefully if we do it right, isn't too grown-up.
My motivation with every dish I create is to make the most delicious food I can. This is no different out here. This is a more casual setting, and I think this is an amazing opportunity for us to work with the food and the farmers so close. And the goal is to just express these products in the most pure, pristine, and in the most delicious way. The main reason that we're out here is because we're undergoing this renovation, and you know, 11 Madison Park is going to be beautiful, but the most beautiful restaurant in the end of the day is nothing without the most amazing team that we have. So that created a real challenge for us. What are we going to do with our team for a period of 4 months? And so I think we created an opportunity for our team to bond. And when we come back to the city, we're going to be stronger than ever. And in these last 4 days that we've been out here going through the preparation of opening this restaurant, the most exhilarating thing for me has been just to see our team and just appreciating our team, how amazing they are.
Welcome to the EMP Summer House. What are we doing here?
You know, this is sort of our reflection of a restaurant by the beach. When we were brainstorming what to do with our team during this renovation, we thought of what a real New York restaurant would do, and we thought it would go to the Hamptons. And then we thought about what a restaurant in the Hamptons would be like, what we would want. And this is kind of what we created.
Yeah, it's crazy. You're here right now, probably almost exactly a year to the date after we started working on this. And like many good things in life, it didn't come easy. Finding housing for 125 people in the Hamptons, not easy. Finding cars, finding even this restaurant. We probably looked at 25 different places, and I feel like as hard as it might have been, we were really lucky along the way.
So this has definitely been a feat, but it's been a lot of fun. Coming out here, I sort of joke and say we opened this project on Bubblegums and Dreams. All of our other projects, we have over 2 years to sort of develop and create and focus on. And it was crazy because we just closed 11 Madison Park last week, packed up the restaurant on Monday and Tuesday, shipped everyone out here on Wednesday, and basically started setting up on Thursday. To be honest, I was a little worried about what was going to happen, but the space is amazing, and the team has been doing such an amazing job. These guys have been killing themselves, but the space looks great. But there's a lot of things in East Hampton that are a bit different that we've never had to deal with, like raccoons and bugs and pollen and neighbors.
Let's just draw it out. This is the farmhouse.
That's the farmhouse.
Now I built the pétanque courts, bocce courts, whatever we want to call them. And so, fire pit.
Fire pit.
What do you think?
I mean, probably we can get some chairs and put a bunch of fire pit right here. To kind
like
of draw
that.
people.
I guarantee you, this fall, we will work in the most beautiful, perfect kitchen you'll ever worked in. So during this time, I just ask you guys, be flexible, understanding. I hope you guys have a good time, and we're out here to represent our brand in a whole new way, and the product we have today, I feel very confident, that we will, and I'm really, really super, super crazy proud of you guys.
All right, good evening, guys. Good evening. Here we go. But starting tonight, we're going to open a restaurant. It's going to exist for 10 weeks. The ratio of the amount of time invested to the number of hours we will actually be open is unreasonable, and I'm really excited. To Natasha, to Billy, everyone. Right now is the last moment where this place is truly ours. We've built this. Built it with our hands. Mostly Natasha's hands, but other people's hands as well. And in 20 minutes, it's not totally ours anymore. In 20 minutes, we kind of give this gift to the world. And in one sense, that's sad. But in another sense, and this is why I love doing what we get to do, is that we poured an unbelievable amount of time into creating something. And in 20 minutes, we're going to stand back and watch the world freak out when they experience our creation.
I hope you guys also realize that how special of a time this is for everyone involved with 11 Madison. This year has been tremendous, and so many challenges, but also so many exciting moments, and this is just another one. And let's create the best restaurant that the Hamptons has ever seen. Have a good service.
Wait!